reconcile. Socio-political groups cannot hold the ace of anybody's ambition. The analogy that the surest path to presidency will be waiting till 2035 is their own agenda. And you have seen clearly, they put somebody, mention a name in their own agenda, which is Umahi. So that's the Ohaneze Ndigbo's Umahi's agenda.
Hello, wonderful followers and subscribers of Holy Ghost, and I hope this video finds you well. So, yesterday, the Ohaneze, the department of Ohaneze, Umahi department of Ohaneze, okay, came out and issued a stern warning to Peter Obi not to contest for 2027 election. And I asked myself, since when has any socio-cultural group or whatever has the right to order citizens not to contest, not to exercise his fundamental human right? Anyway, Rufai Oseni has come out to lash at them. I've got a few things to say in this regard. But please, let's take a listen at one of the best journalists in Nigeria now, Rufai, and an activist as well. Let's take a listen at what he said regarding this. And after this, we'll come back with dissect it together. But I beg of you, before we watch it, can let me give this a thumbs up and never to share. In case today is your first time coming across my video, I want to say a big thank you to you for stopping by to watch. This is Holy Ghost on platform, a platform that tell you undiluted truth. Let's watch together now. Thank you.
In other stories, Igbo socio-cultural group Ohaneze Ndigbo has announced that no Igbo man will contest for the presidency in 2027 against the incumbent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The group says that the possibility of the Southeast producing the president of Nigeria can only be achieved in 2035, not 2027. In a statement signed by the Deputy President General of the Ohaneze Ndigbo faction, Okechukwu Isiguzor, and the national spokesman Thompson Ohia, they revealed that the decision was taken at a crucial meeting with Southeast political leaders in which they resolved that no Igbo man will contest presidency in 2027, signaling the rejection of a one-term bid. They insist that the most practicable political vehicle for the pursuit of the Igbo presidency lies within the All Progressives Congress in 2035 if the zoning formula is altered, saying that among notable Igbo sons, the Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, stands out as the most outstanding candidate to lead the country.
Okay, so that I don't forget, because we have about 6 stories. But let me first start with Ohaneze Ndigbo. Please, any Igbo man that wants to run for presidency, go ahead and run. Do not listen to Ohaneze Ndigbo. It is clear, it is certain that socio-political groups are fast losing their relevance. We had our own tiff between factions of Afenifere on who to endorse in the last elections. Till today, that tiff is still on, although some of them say they are trying to reconcile. Socio-political groups cannot hold the ace of anybody's ambition. The analogy that the surest path to presidency will be waiting till 2035 is their own agenda. And you have seen clearly, they put somebody, mention a name in their own agenda, which is Umahi. So that's the Ohaneze Ndigbo's Umahi's agenda. It's different from the free rights you have as enshrined in the Constitution. No socio-political group can tell you your faith. That's just it. But I'm not surprised. A women's wing of Ohaneze, I think, tilted towards Atiku in the last election. Professor George Obi, also when he was alive then, tilted towards Obi. So the truth is, no socio-political group, they are just like another pressure group. And what pressure groups do is, they come out of their pressure cooker and talk. It doesn't mean it's a generality. I just have to set that straight. Secondly, about Atiku Abubakar, yes, he has a right to run. Everybody will compete effectively in the field, and we'll see who will emerge. Because there have been indications that he will not run, he should not run. I'm not going to stop anybody's right to run. But I'm also going to say some things this morning. Number one, we have to say it the way it is. If you have candidates in this coalition that can't come together because of their ambition, definitely it will fracture the coalition in such a way that it will make it an easier ticket for President Tinubu. So while all of them are jostling to have capacity, in the emergence of a particular candidate, it is in their best interest that they work together. If they don't work together, they make it easier. And that's just it. It shows from history, it's better to have a coalition of forces to fight against an incumbent. It's not today we've been doing it. In 1999, we did the same. Lufalai and March in Kafi, NPP, and the Alliance for Democracy had to come together to fight the march of Olusegun Obasanjo. The APC also reprised that with the coalition of APGA and other political parties and even some people out of the PDP coming together to be able to fight incumbent President Goodluck Jonathan then in 2015. It's better off that way because you have a better footing and you have a coalition of forces to pretty much do that. But in the case where there's an emergence of a candidate from the coalition and there's a division, it makes it easier for President Tinubu. And trust me, President Tinubu will not sit down and allow you come together. He doesn't even want it in the first place because he's a politician and he also wants to win. That's just my beat about that. The other point this morning will be that of the NBA conference. And it's apt. In fact, kudos to the NBA. Because the NBA conference holding in Enugu is an act of defiance in itself. We all know the story. They left Rivers, that was supposed to be the initial host, because of the state of emergency declared, which they have strong objections to. But the sad reality is that till date, that case have not been heard by the Supreme Court. Are we waiting till the end of the expiration of state of emergency before we now hear the case and say it's been overtaken by events? Because you see, if we don't hear the case, when we ask the questions of what happened to democracy in Nigeria, we will mention the courts. And I want those conversations about the state of emergency to also be brought up at this NBA conference. And why is the Supreme Court finding it difficult to be able to hear cases, especially when they are time-bound like that? When you see in this same Rivers case, there were other judgments that were speedily dispensed by the court, especially the local government issue, if you remember. Yeah. And as of today, the bone of contention by a lot of people leading up to this local government election on the 30th of August is the same 90 days clause at which those associated to Wike went to court last year. That's what some people are also proving now, but they are saying because there's a state of emergency and there's a suspension of the laws of the land in the state that it can go ahead and do the election. So you can see what one man complained about last year, today is no longer a problem for him. And when we point out this hypocrisy, people say, oh, why do you point out? But see, we have to point out hypocrisy. Because you know why? Hypocrisy is the homage that vice pays to virtue. Let's not forget that. Hypocrisy is the homage that vice pays to virtue. People that have vices also want to act like they're virtuous. And that's where they go the line of hypocrisy. I didn't say those words. Francois de la Rochefoucauld said those words many, many years ago. Kudos to Malema on what he said.
You see, there's a way a person can be so hypocritical sometimes, right? That it will not make them literally look like fools, but don't be aware. There's a way people can be possessed with the mindset of criminality. So that criminality now be making them they behave like mumu. MU raised to power 2. You understand? Okay. Now, recall some days ago, last week, I posted a video for my say, nobody should contest against Tinubu in 2027. That when it will be tough for the Southeasterners to contest this and that, it should be 2035. And if for any reason anybody will run that time, he is the bona fide person that should be qualified for it. He not shamelessly saying that this social go in the back and leaky all that. But you see, this was so hypocritical, not so shameless, not doing their thing without any restriction, without any shame, without any decorum. As educated as Rufai is, he doesn't know that anybody had the right under the constitution to exercise their human right. He as educated, as exposed, as civilized as he's supposed to be, they are supposed to be civilized, but corruption and criminality has made them to be civilized. They're supposed to know, but corruption, criminality, criminal mindset has made them to literally become MU raised to power 2. Mumu people. Like, they all come out like goat. Peter Obi. Did you think he's talking to Soludo? Did you think he's talking to one Afghan local government Shema? No problem now. You perhaps see the RIT. Peter Obi will contest. The youth will go along with it. Rig what you want to rig in 2027. And by this time, the rig and by we're ready for now. Our eyes they raise, our eyes they shook. You don't understand? Rufai said the text and God bless you. Guys, please help me like this and please share. What is your take on this? I want to your opinion on this matter. Thank you.